Okay, we're going to do a short session for strength. So it's going to be about shoulder strength, tummy strength, and a little bit of back mobility. So we're going to start on all fours and just warm up your spine a little bit through some cat-cow. So let's bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Then you're just going to arch your back away, tucking your tailbone under, chin down towards your chest. And then reverse that, sink your lower back down, poke your tailbone up, take a look forwards. And just flow through that, so pulling your tummy in as you arch and sinking down. Just mobilizing through your back. Good. On the next one, as you sink down, can you push your bum back towards your heels? Then you're going to round through your back here and come all the way forwards again. So sink, push your bum back towards your heels, round through your spine and come forwards. Let's do two more. Sink, tailbone up as you push back, round through your spine there and come forwards. Last one. Sink, push back, rounding through your spine and come forwards. Good. Come into that 4-point kneeling position again and find your neutral pelvis or your neutral spine. So come to rest somewhere in the center of that movement. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. You can do this down on your elbows if you prefer. We're going to go into a bit of a variation of a plank. So can you draw in through your tummy so you're nice and strong through your center. Then you're going to tuck your toes under, push your hands down into the mat and hover your knees off. So it's quite hard to see. I've only got my knees off about an inch. I hope you can see that. If you want a progression here, you could walk your toes back in little steps into a full plank and come back into a hover, or just stay in the hover. We can do 3 little leg walks back and in, keeping that back position the same, lower down there. Sit back on your heels and then just circle through your wrists, circle through your shoulders. We've got 2 more sets of that. So you don't have to do the little steps back if you don't want to. That's just a progression that you can take, you don't have to take. Remember, you can do this all down on your elbows if you prefer. So hands down or elbows down, underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Find your neutral spine. Pull your tummy in. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Tuck your toes under. Zip up through your tummy. Push your hands down as you lift through your knees. You can stay there, or you can take the little steps back into a full plank. Little steps forwards. Little steps back. Little steps forwards. Last one. Little steps back. Little steps forwards. Hold it there. Drive your hands down. Lower through your knees. Sit back on your heels. Circle through your wrists. Circle through your shoulders. It's a tough one. Good. Coming down. 4-point kneeling position. Draw your tummy in. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Tuck your toes under. Push your hands into the mat as you hover. Remember, you can stay here. Don't let your back position move. Stepping back and coming forwards. And stepping back and coming forwards. Last set. Keep that back position still. Draw up through your tummy. Come back to that hover position. Drive those hands down into the mat. Pull your tummy up. Lower down there. This time, let's push your bum back over your heels. Reach your arms forwards. Stretch out through the back of your arms. Good. From here, we're going to come into a side lying position to combine a side plank and a side kick. So if you don't want to do the combination, it's quite tough. You could lower down all the way to the mat and do the side kick this way. If you're happy, we're going to do it in a side plank. So elbow underneath your shoulder, take a bend of that bottom leg, lift up through your hips, top hand on your top hip. Make sure you're in a nice straight line and then float that leg up. Pull your tummy in, lift through your pelvic floor. Going to kick that leg forwards. Flex the foot, draw it back behind you. We've got 8 here, so kicking forwards, flex the foot, draw it back behind you. Good, don't let your body position change as you kick forwards and back. Imagine that you're sliding your leg along a glass table. So try and keep it up at hip height as you kick forwards and back. Remember, you can bring your hips down. You can bring your whole body down if you want to. You don't have to stay up in this position. Last 2. Good, tummy on. Relax down through that top shoulder. I'm telling myself that right now. Good, come back to center. Lift and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower down there. Well done. We've got all that on the other side. So have a little swivel around. elbow down underneath your shoulder, or lie all the way down on the mat if you prefer. Take a bend in that bottom leg, top hand on your top hip. Straighten out through your top leg, lift up through your hips, pull your tummy in, lift through your pelvic floor, relax that top shoulder, float the leg up. Good, we're going to kick forwards with a pointed foot, flex the foot, draw it back behind you. Point the toe, kick forwards, flex the foot, draw it back behind you. I think my camera angle makes it look like my leg's down, but it's actually up at hip height, and I'm trying to keep it up there. Good. This is number 5. We're aiming for 8. Remember to come down if you need to, if you get any pain in your shoulder or if it just gets too much. Last one. Good. Bring that leg back to midline and pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down there. Well done. Let's come into a seated position for a few roll-ups before we go into our last plank. So hold on behind your thighs, roll your shoulders back and down, draw up really nice and tall. Pull your tummy in to hold you there. Reach your arms out in front. Take an inhale. As you exhale, nod your chin, round through your spine and roll back. Let's go to halfway and stop. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit more. Pull your tummy in and come all the way up to the top. Inhale there. Exhale, nod your chin, round through your spine and roll back. Stop there. Tuck your tailbone under. Pull your tummy in, come all the way up to the top. Good, let's do it all the way down to the mat now. So rolling down, under control. Let's inhale as your arms go overhead. Exhale as they come forwards, nod your chin, pull your tummy in, reach your arms a little bit further and peel your spine off the mat. You can do this with straight legs now or bent legs. Let's do 3 more. Rolling down, get that C shape in your spine. Lay your vertebrae down one at a time. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, arms forwards, chin to chest, reach your arms further. Come all the way back up to the top. Last 2. Rolling down, scooping your tummy in, laying your vertebrae down one at a time. Last one. Rolling down. Inhale, arms over. Exhale, arms forward. Pull your tummy in. Peel your spine off the mat. Good, grow nice and tall. Drop your arms down there, take a bend in your legs. You're gonna bring your hands back behind you for a reverse plank now. Remember, you can do this down on your elbows if you don't like doing it on your hands. It's harder to get your legs up there. You have to use your hamstrings a bit more. But if you don't like using your wrists, then that's the best way to do it. So can you bring your hands behind you, fingers facing forwards or fingers facing out? If you don't have the mobility in your wrists for forwards, then open up through your chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift up through your hips and pause there. So you should have your feet about hip distance apart and your knees about hip distance apart. Take a look forwards and not up. And then slowly come down, keeping all that engagement in the back of your arms. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, lift up. We're aiming for 5. Drive those hands into the mat. Drive your heels into the mat and lower down. If you want to make this harder, you can straighten out through both legs, but bring your legs together this time. So lift. You don't have to do this progression. You can stick with bent legs. And lower down. 2 to go. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift up. If you've got straight legs, can you think about pushing your big toes down to the mat? And lower down. Keep all that engagement in your arms. Last one. Make it the best one. Lifting up. Push with your arms. Push with your heels. And if you've got straight legs, push with your big toes. They won't reach the mat, but just push. And lower down there. Keep all that tension in your arms. Take a little lean forwards. Take out all that tension from the back side of your body. Good. We're just going to finish with a little spine stretch. So you can separate your feet. Grow nice and tall. Bring your toes back towards your knees or take a bend in your legs if you want to. Bring your arms out in front. Take an inhale. Exhale, nod your chin. Pull your tummy in and reach. As you reach, I want you to push your hips back behind you as you reach your arms forwards to get that stretch down your spine rather than your hamstrings. Grow nice and tall. Let's do 2 more. Inhale there. Exhale, nod your chin. Pull your tummy in. Keep pulling it in and sending your hips back as you reach forwards. Looking down to the mat. Good, grow nice and tall. Stack your vertebrae up one at a time. Inhale there, last one. Exhale, nod your chin, pull your tummy in and reach. Can you pull your tummy in a bit more? Push your hips back a little bit further. Reach your fingers a little bit further and draw all the way back up to the top. Rest your arms down there, roll through your shoulders, and you are all done. Well done.